Is your laptop running slow and sluggish? I got a solution for you, and it only costs $23. This is eTech. Don't you hate that feeling when old reliable starts to run a little sluggish, doesn't really have the same performance that it used to, and even some basic tasks are starting to take a little bit longer than they should? Well, I recently came across the mint condition ThinkPad X120E and decided that was going to be my new play machine. I always have a little small laptop that I, swap RAM out, do whatever I want to do. It's like a test machine for me. And I decided that was going to be my new test machine because I thought it was powerful enough to run Windows 10. When my old machine really wasn't, and so I ran Linux on it. I got all excited and I installed Windows 10 to find out that even the basic, simple things that you want to do with Windows 10, it wasn't really handling it. Opening File Explorer was taking 30-40 seconds on average, and even worse when I'm running multiple things at one time. So the solution, if you're using your main machine and start slowing down, you have a couple options. You can invest some money and upgrade it. You can install Linux or another operating system that isn't as powerful as Windows and doesn't have as deep of requirements. Or you can bite the bullet and spend a couple $100 to a couple $1,000 on a new machine. So I had some extra RAM laying around and I upgraded the RAM. Now, RAM is a little bit more expensive than the upgrade we're going to talk about today. 8 gigs can run you about $40 of DDR3 right now. And I really didn't want to spend $40 on this old machine, so I got it up to 4 gigs of RAM, which should be perfectly fine to run Windows. Actually, I know of a couple micro machines that can run Windows decent with 2 gigs of RAM. And I decided to go the route of upgrading this old SATA disk hard drive that was in there to an SSD. Now, SSDs can get expensive as well, so I decided to try out the Inland 2.5 SATA SSD on Amazon. 120 gig ran me $23 plus tax, free shipping. And I installed it today. Now, the first time I installed Windows 10, it probably took about 2.5 hours or so to get it on this wonderful little ThinkPad. And this time, it took probably about 25 minutes. And I recorded the whole process of opening the machine up, swapping the hard drive out, and you can laugh at me a little bit. I dropped a screw once, I put the SSD in upside down, and then I had to pull it back out and move the hard drive bay around and put it back in the right way. And I'm going to speed it up a little bit for you, so that whole probably 35-40 minute process of changing it out and installing Windows goes in a few minutes, if that. And a tool that you're really going to need is a jump drive. So you can go onto Microsoft's website, download Windows 10 onto a jump drive, and pop it in, boot from the USB stick, and you're up and rolling in no time. Now, activation is a very tricky thing with Windows. If you have a machine that was running Windows 7, more than likely that machine is qualified to upgrade to Windows 10 at no cost. However, you have to know exactly what version of Windows was running on that old Windows 7 machine. So this machine is a ThinkPad, so I knew it was probably running Windows Professional, and I took a stab at that, installed Windows Pro, and sure enough, as soon as I hooked it up to Wi-Fi, Microsoft told me my serial number was activated and I have a full copy of Windows 10 on this machine. And then of course, if you can't get it activated, you could always try the different ones. So you can reinstall it with Home, reinstall it with a couple different versions of Windows options it has to try and get it to activate. And if that doesn't work, you can go on a shady website and buy a code for about 15 bucks that may or may not be legitimate, or you can go to Windows and pay $100 for a full copy. Or you can just kind of give up and deal with a little Activate Windows sticker that's in the bottom of your machine all the time. It's really your call. But for the purpose of this video, this old disk drive was really slowing down this machine, and I was able to get this machine running normal tasks pretty efficiently, and I am happy with my $23 upgrade. So without further ado, check out this video of me swapping out the hard drive for the SSD and installing Windows on the ThinkPad. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I also took a couple sample videos of how it's running now with opening Chrome and opening Windows File Explorer after the SSD. Unfortunately, I don't have any before. I didn't think about that, and I'll try and do better on that next time. I actually didn't even think I was going to make this video until I already was opening up the machine. So this was fun. Nice little quick upgrade. These things used to take a lot longer back in the Windows XP days. You'd be, out, half a day doing a hard drive swap and reinstalling Windows and then messing with serial codes and hoping and praying it works and all that. And this took about 30 to 40 minutes and was up and rolling in no time. So this is a great way for you to inexpensively get a little bit more life outside of Old Reliable. I hope you enjoyed this video, If you would please do me a favor and subscribe to the channel and like this video and comment if you have any feedback or questions. I'm really trying to get this channel off the ground and your help is greatly appreciated. Have a great one. Be safe.